Jai Shri Ram, welcome to Astrology with Abhilasha. Today we are going to talk about that how to pick up the best date for marriage. Apart from matchmaking, picking up a good date for your marriage is also very crucial to ascertain that you will be having a blissful married life. In order to ensure the greatest possible happiness and success in marriage, the partner should be one whose horoscope matches with yours perfectly or near to perfect, and the marriage should take place under good circumstances on a date specifically chosen for your own horoscopes with auspicious influences. It is a fundamental and very well established fact in astrology that a horoscope for the moment regarding anything, whatever it may be, opening a shop, signing a pact or treaty, or getting into a partnership, is very important. Similarly, the date which you picked for marriage is equally very important. This does not, nullify all the evil effects of your horoscope regarding marriage, but picking up a good date neutralizes a lot of bad malefic effects which may be present in the horoscope. And if there are no bad malefic effects present in the horoscope, picking up a good date can make your married life happier by multifolds. So this is very important, as planetary influence always work along the line of least resistance. So the objective here with this video is to give you a rough idea and a fair deal of idea that how you should pick your marriage date, or at least you can check whenever you go to an astrologer for giving you a good date. At least you can check that if it is following the right parameters or not. The general rule is the sign position of moon is a matter of very considerable importance, and so is the position of Venus and the ascendant of the date and time of your marriage. It is very well known fact that moon, the ascendant of the particular time period when you are doing any important task of your life, and the placement of Venus, because we are talking about marriage here, is very important to ascertain which time in the day you should pick, which day you should pick. All right, so these are some factors which I'm going to state now, and which sign are favorable for moon to be in, for Venus to be in, and for the ascendant to be in for this particular muhurat of yours. Aries, the whole of the sign is unfavorable, and no date or time should be chosen when either the moon, ascendant, or Venus occupies Aries, because as we all know, Aries as a sign got the energies of planet Mars, which is good for initiating anything but not marriage. Okay. Taurus, from 0 to 19 degree is favorable, but the remainder of the sign is bad. Okay, so these sign which I'm telling you can have moon, ascendant, or Venus. You can see by the result which I'm telling you that should your moon be placed here, when you are committing to the relation of marriage, when you are going through the rituals, where your ascendant should be and where your Venus should be. So regarding the Taurus, 0 to 19 degree your moon can be there, but the remainder of the sign is bad. As we all know, each sign have 30 degrees, so remaining degrees are not favorable. Only 0 to 19 is favorable. If Taurus is the ascendant, if Venus is in Taurus, or if moon is in Taurus, okay, only up to 19 degree. For the sign of Gemini, the first 15 degree are favorable and the last 15 degree unfavorable for these placement to be there. Cancer, the whole of the sign is unfavorable except in cases where one of the partner is already married, like maybe a divorcee. If you are getting married to a divorcee and then you are ascertaining the date of your marriage, you can take Cancer as an ascendant, moon sign or sign of Venus. That is okay. But if both of you are getting married for the first time, please avoid the sign of Cancer. Leo, the whole sign is favorable, but it is said to indicate that one of the partner will have a tendency to be deceptive regarding possession and money. So if you aren't getting any good placement sign wise of these planets and you have to fix the muhurata in a particular schedule, you can go for Leo, but you have to be pretty cautious. Now Virgo, this sign has always been associated with widowhood and it is an unfavorable one for any of the three significators except in the marrying, like for the Cancer one, where I told you that if the person is a widow or if the person is a divorcee, then you can choose Virgo and Cancer for these three significations to be in this sign. Otherwise, no. One of the more cynical of the 17th century writers also says that Virgo signifies women shall be losing their husband in some matter or the other. All right. So there is loss of affection if you get married in these signs, and the marriage will not be very conducive for you guys. Libra, a favorable sign but not the best one for marriage, because Libra denoting a marketplace should be avoided for the pure purpose like tying the knot and getting married, because Libra denotes marketplace. All right. Scorpio, the first 15 degrees are said to be favorable for marrying, but not the last 15 degrees. Should be entirely avoided. It can make the couple fickle-minded, jealous, disobedient, quarrelsome, malicious, and even, seeking relations out of the marriage. So Scorpio should be totally avoided. The last 15 degree, I mean to say. Sagittarius, this is said to be not favorable, neither unfavorable. It's a neutral sign. The whole sign is not bad. It doesn't give a particular signification, and this sign should be chosen with effect to your particular horoscopes. If there is no affliction to the sign of Sagittarius in your own horoscopes, you can go for this sign as the muhurata ascendant, sign of moon or sign of Venus. Capricorn, the first 10 degrees are unfavorable, but the rest of the sign is good and indicates an affectionate and dutiful couple towards each other. Though it limits the number of children, however, it is much more favorable if you are a male native to choose a Capricorn sign. Now Aquarius. Again, this whole sign is not favorable. This sign can indicate that the female in the relation would be having very masculine and unruly spirit. So if you're ready for a female counterpart to be equally dominant like a male counterpart, you can choose Aquarius, otherwise you can drop it. Pisces. The whole sign is favorable and indicate an affectionate and dutiful spouse toward each other, but sometimes it can cause friction because of very emotionally eruptive relation, but otherwise it's a very good sign to get married into. Now that the best sign position for ascended Venus and the most important, the moon, at the time of marriage are anywhere between Leo, Sagittarius and Pisces, and in the first half of Gemini and Scorpio, in the first 20 degree of Taurus and the last 20 degree of Capricorn should be considered favorable for marriage. If the ascendant Venus or moon fall in these signs, specifically the moon, you can go ahead and get married on that particular date and time. And along with this, if for going for any work which is important in your life, you should always try and choose a Vargottam Lagna, which eradicates most of the malefic effect of the muhurta. Now it is very important to see that the moon and Venus are not afflicted, and it should not be aspected by Mars, Saturn. There should be favorable aspect of Jupiter and Venus on moon and ascendant. Venus also should be free from affliction. Ideally, it should be in a good dignity and should be having benefic and favorable aspects. Possibly, they should be in water signs. They should be taken particular care about the affliction to the moon. All right. These are some other parameters which should be checked. When choosing the best time of day, select one which places the ascendant in one of the signs which I told you are favorable. Moon should be strong, Venus should be strong or in good dignity and position. The ascendant and the 7th house should be free from malefics like Mars, Saturn, etc. And the ruler of the 7th house of that particular muhurat chart should be having favorable aspects. Now, if both the horoscope of you and your partner, you have it, then you should, along with matching the horoscope, should also see that what is the possible good date for both of you in according to your horoscopes. You should always note down the timing you are taking the final doing the final rites of getting married. Like if you're a Hindu, you are doing it around the fire ceremony and all of that. You should point out and take down the time you are taking the fera, because as it is in Hindu system of marriage, we have been accustomed to see that a particular time is chosen for the Fera ceremony. So we should always take that down, keep it with us in order to cast a marriage horoscope. And if God forbidden some bad events or some, you know, disharmony happens in marriage, you can check the marriage horoscope and can also remedify the differences in your marriage basis on that horoscope along with your natal charts. All right. In a good horoscope, for example, the ascendant lord, sun, planet from which the moon is ahead of, should be free for any affliction. Mercury is indicating children, which is considered as the next step after marriage, should be strong and in benefit aspect. If Mercury in the marriage chart falls in the watery sign, the child will come very quickly after marriage. So this is again one tip. All right. Apart from these things, the horoscope is the primary, which should be matched with utmost care, and these are the consideration which should be taken while fixing the muhurata for marriage. And in the coming up video, I might also take up what happens if a particular planet is in the 1/7 axis of your marriage chart. What can it result into? That is all for today. Jai Shri Ram. I hope you find this video useful and apply this thing on fixing your marriage date. Thank you.